So we think this is the Helene mine, or it might have been the Magnolia. It might have been both of those names at one point. But here's the portal looking in. So let's go check it out.
Let's get in here.
Yeah, it is pretty cool in here compared to out there.
It is nice in here.
So let's go check out the mine. Yeah, this tunnel's about just over 6 feet tall, because I'm about 5'11" and got about a couple inches above me. And it's about maybe 4 feet wide, something like that. So here's a little branch to the right that looks like it got backfilled or caved in, doesn't go anywhere. And that's looking back to the portal. So we'll keep going down the main haulage tunnel. A lot of mines have this kind of a setup where there's a real long entry tunnel, which they refer to as the main haulage tunnel. And from what I've heard, I think this one's 1,000 feet or maybe more in length, I think, but we'll find out. Some support timbering and maybe a hook to hang up the ventilation tubing or electric lights, who knows. So right here is a branch off to the left where we pick up the ore cart tracks. Check that out, there's the rails. And then that's Nick's back there checking that out. A dead end?
Yeah, it is right there.
Okay, it's just a little exploratory drift that didn't go anywhere. So we'll continue down the main tunnel and hope there's more ore cart tracks to follow.
Right, what's on my face?
So the main haulage tunnel is making some twists and turns. It's not a straight shot from the portal like that Delamar mine was. That was like a straight shot for 1,000 feet in. But this one, looking back where we came, we made a lot of curves, so can't see the portal. But we're still going down the main haulage tunnel. So I see an ore chute down there on the left, finally, and this was just another dead-end branch. It really didn't go anywhere. So we're getting to the first ore chute, which means there's upper areas above us.
Oh, I don't even want to know.
So here's this first ore chute, and we noticed on the side here, written in, I don't know if that's chalk or paint, but it says Bob, and then Bergson, and then 1895. So that might be original. I don't know. I mean, stuff in here doesn't weather because it's not exposed to the elements, and the temperature stays the same year round in here as well as the humidity. So that's probably original. And then somebody more modern wrote Grog 2003. But they put BC, but whatever. But I think that 1895 is original. That's pretty cool. Been here over 100 years. And this ore chute looks, it's empty, but we'll try to get up into that stope on the way back when we head back that way towards the entrance. There was that branching tunnel we didn't take. On the other side of this ore chute, it says in chalk, Area 6, that same Bob's last name, I guess it's Bergsund, and then Adamson. Wow, they wrote that in 1895. It's amazing. You can see how they shored up underneath the ore chute here with timbers and stacked rocks. And the stacked rocks are what the miners called gobbing. Okay, we'll keep going down here. Another branch we'll take on the way back out. Another big ore chute. So here's that chute up close. kind of clogged. And look above me here, they got a big timber that's about 1 foot in diameter. And then here is a, oh my gosh, wow. That doesn't go down too far, but that's a stope. And those beams you see down in there, placed in between the two walls, they call those stalls. That's spelled S-T-U-L-L-S. And they were put in for support and bracing. You can see more here right at the top, underneath that big timber. And check out this. Wow. Oh yeah, look, it goes way up there.
Yeah.
It's a big narrow cut.
Goes way down too.
Oh, well, look at the wheel up there for the cable. That is a huge, that's the sheave wheel. Somebody told me that's what that's called. That's pretty big. Head frame. That's at least three or 4 feet in diameter. This goes down. Oh my gosh, yeah, that goes, can't see the bottom, right?
No, it
Can't see the bottom.
curves off too.
You threw a rock down there.
So we're making our way up through this jumble of timbers and stuff.
Don't go beyond that big rock.
Yeah, so here's the back of the head frame, and that hole is right down there. And there's some writing on those timbers from 1934, some miners' names and stuff. So yeah, so there's that name, George, 1933 it looks like, or 39, and the name above it is from 1928. And then we're just in a big, like a Fisher stope. All those stalls up there and workers' platforms. It just comes down right over there and keeps going down.
And down and down.
So this narrow stope continues down there, but goes all the way up here. You can see all those stalls, and there's a workers' platform up there. And I think I see a bit of a ladder maybe. But yeah, that's how they did it. This is looking directly above me, above my head. And then,
Alright guys, we made it back. I'm gonna now
and there's the head frame
go
again.
this way.
And you can see up there even more support timbers. Okay, so this is a drift tunnel off the main tunnel as we're making our way back. And it looks like Nick might have found something up here.
I'm just enjoying the sandy rock.
Okay, still continuing down the drift tunnel here. It's kind of twisting and turning. You found some sulfur.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a hard left turn.
There's some right here. And a big patch right
Oh yeah.
Why is it only the stinky rocks? I know the names of them.
Looks like sulfur. Or do you think maybe that's limonite?
It smells like sulfur.
Oh, okay, I didn't smell it. That's probably sulfur that has a smell. There's more of it up here.
There's a big patch of it.
Interesting. Look how in the tunnel here this got exposed, this red and gray striped patch kind of got exposed underneath this outer layer. And then a miner wrote his name here, Blaine,
So it looks like
1950.
right there.
Last initial was B.
Actually, my face out.
And Carl.
But let's
I think
see.
that says
Yeah,
Carl.
this is the end. That's
Yeah, the miners usually put their names and dates at the end of the mine, what they call the face.
But I did like the movie Murder She Wrote.
Another dead end here. We're at the face of the mine, so dead end there and a dead end right here.